You could build this up in many ways more than one, but it's an impactful game in the chase for the MTAC playoffs. Homecoming night for the Tennessee Heat, a win and in. A loss for the Tennessee Heat and a win by the Tennessee Heat next week, and it's a three-way coin toss for the North playoffs. But regardless, it's going to be one amazing matchup to see. Live from Ed Suey Field in Mount Juliet, it's the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week. The Warriors of Bowling Green Christian Academy and the Tennessee Heat in this week's Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week. And we welcome you inside of the broadcast booth, everybody, in just a moment. It's time for an amazing game. I'm Spencer Tomset. Pleasure to have you along with us. Many big stakes are afoot. The Tennessee Heat, as stated, if they win, they are in the playoffs, and their matchup against the South Haven Christian School Patriots is determining who's going to host a playoff game. And more than likely, it's going to be a great matchup, especially for both teams going forward. For the Tennessee Heat, they've got a lot of new players, or at least two of them that they were cleared after being transferred by the league, and 2 weeks after sitting out for 14 days. New quarterback at the helm. Goolsby is at the wide receiver position, and James will give more on the starting quarterback position. Meanwhile, for Bowling Green Christian, they've had some really tough games that they've been able to win and some really tough matchups, but they do still have a chance in the playoffs, so they're hoping to get a win tonight so that even though they are their opponents tonight, they're hoping they can be fans of the Tennessee Heat next week. Let's bring in my broadcast partner, James Shannon. Partner, it's really interesting to see how we're going to get into this matchup. But you can't put all playoff hopes aside, because that's what the players have on their minds right now, especially, is a chance at that 16 playoff for the first year of the system being in. And for at least the Tennessee Heat particularly, it's on homecoming night. They want to have a big stand. What's the key to success for the Tennessee Heat?
Well, it's going to be having success at the quarterback position. You mentioned brand new quarterback, Matt Corley, is going to be stepping in tonight. He sat out the 2 required weeks. He's a kid that just came. Him and his brother pulled out of high school, decided to homeschool. That's what the Tennessee Heat's all about. It's about kids and their parents who decide to give them the best education possible by homeschooling. And so that's what the Heat are all about. So this is a perfect setup for them, and it's going to be all about how he is able to lead this team. Goolsby struggled at times. Everyone knows that he did, but he's been looking for this opportunity to play receiver. And at 6'4", he's going to bring a lot to the table and take a lot of that stress off Carter Sutton coming from a tight end position. And Josh Hackle as well at more of a slot receiver. Goolsby is a guy you can line up wide right and just go, and he's going to jump ball every time.
Now, for the Bowling Green Christian Academy Warriors, they've had their struggles on the season by far, especially with not having a true starting quarterback at the helm, at least one to fill that slot from Tanner and Tucker Brown in the past several years. But they're fully aware of the playoff stakes on the line. They're fully aware that this game matters, and although they shouldn't have put themselves in this position, they're fully aware of what's at stake. What's the formula for them tonight?
Well, David Crow has been the guy that has filled that role at quarterback so far this season for the most part, and I think you'll end up seeing him tonight unless I'm wrong. But, again, they have the second best player in the league, Gage Holman. A football team is not built around one player, but if the guys around him can it's just do your job. Just do your job. And Gage Holman is a guy the Heat have struggled against explosive players. And so if they can have some explosive plays from Gage Holman, Bowling Green's going to be in good shape. You got a guy like Joel Thomason, a senior, Cooper Guy, one of the linemen. Thomason's a receiver. David Crow, like I said, at the quarterback position. If all these guys can come together, can be at tight end, if all of them can come together and just mesh for one night, if there's a game they need to win, this is the one. They could get into the playoffs for the first time in school history after only 6 seasons maybe. I think it's 5. So this is a big step for them tonight for the Heat. Like you said, it's homecoming. You're at your home field, Saturday night, primetime football. It's all built up to tonight. I'm excited to be here.
This is our first time covering the Bowling Green Christian Academy Warriors on the Extreme Game of the Week, and I believe we've got a big game that's coming up between the Tennessee School for the Deaf Vikings. There's actually one we were going to cover earlier in a doubleheader. So the Vikings, I believe that game has gone final.
No, it started at 6 o'clock. Game time got moved to 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock. So we will try to get you all updates as much as possible, but for sure, stay tuned to our social media at the end of the night. We'll have the final score from that game, and obviously, if you're not able to catch the end of this one, we'll have the final score from this game as well. Two big, massive matchups.
A playoff slot on the line for the MTAC North. Heat Warriors next on A-Man Extreme. start of the crucial game in the MTAC North playoffs. A win by Bowling Green and a loss by the Heat against the Patriots, and they're in. A win by the Heat, they're in. And their matchup next week determines who will face off and host in the 2-6
There goes Gage.
playoff system. But who better yet than Gage Holman to the outside, down to about the 16-yard line. One of the big returns. And again, according to the James Shannon Index, second best player in the league, and there's a reason for it.
Well, you could say according to the James Shannon Index, but look at this return, Spence. You're going to see him coming up on the left side. I'm pretty sure that was Gage. I think I saw the number 8.
Looked like it may have been either 8 or 6.
That may not have been 8. Let's track it. That looks like 7.
If that's 7, then that's Levi Anthony, the junior, getting the play off there. And a little bit of a run up the middle for a 2nd down and 6.
If you're Bowling Green, you want to slow the ball down, slow the clock down, grind them and eat the clock.
David Crow, the junior, has managed to step up at the quarterback position for the Warriors. Of course, Tanner and Tucker Brown having that position for the last several years. The handoffs to the right side. That's Woosley.
Number 3.
Gain of 1 yard for 3rd down and 5.
One again, Gage has guys around him that if they can just chip in, little here, little there, little here, little there, those are ways that they can take a little bit of the pressure off of him. And then all of a sudden you're going to see him pop a big play here or there. But I love the Bowling Green's going no huddle just right off the bat. You dictate the pace. Right now, Gage playing a wildcat quarterback position.
See if Gage takes it directly. He's going to try to get it to the right side, and the catch is made. Touchdown for the Warriors. Levi Anthony with the reception, and the Warriors strike first.
That's a big drive for Bowling Green, and Gage Holman playing a little more quarterback just proves that he is one of the best players in the conference. The fact that, he can be a dominant running back and all of a sudden switch the quarterback, pass on a dime with some pressure in his face, find the wide open man. He kind of blew the coverage there on the far side. But that's nothing that they can't correct.
So now a 6-point lead already for the Warriors, about 1 minute and 23 seconds in. Run on the left side, that's Holman. Gage Holman, 2-point conversion is good.
It doesn't matter who you are. When Gage Holman takes off to the left and tries to get the corner, you're not going to get him.
You talk about a high-stakes game and talk about what the Warriors need to do to try and get it done on the road. They just struck first against Tennessee Heat on their homecoming night. Kickoff here for the Warriors. They get a little bit of an onside attempt there, and it goes to the 49-yard line.
Ty Whitaker with just to grab it in his gut and pull it in, drop to the ground. Good job. Keep it simple. And we're going to get our first look here at Matthew Corley. First game as a quarterback for the Heat.
The junior sat out 14 days. Cleared officially to play tonight's game, and that may be the turning point for the Heat if they can get it done.
You're going to see Goolsby down here on the left, wide, all by himself. Nope, that's not Goolsby, rather.
And there's a rush up the middle. That's Trace Aldred, gets a gain of about 2 yards.
Yeah, I was incorrect on that. That was not Goolsby. Goolsby was on the sidelines for that first play. He's getting ready to come in, bring the play. Right off the bat, Ryan Scott wants to take a shot and test this new connection out. It's like a brand new toy, a brand new car. You want to see how it works. You want to, turn all the knobs and everything. He's out wide to the left. Let's see how they're going to have Joey Woolsey on him. A lot of distance.
Warriors trying to bring pressure. Aldred again cuts the tackle made by several Warriors players. Took him a little bit to get him down, but now 3rd down and 7.
And you got to think at some point he's going to pull the trigger on it. He kind of controlled himself on that one, but at some point he's got to take that shot right here on 3rd and 8. This is as good a time as ever to see what he's got.
And a big statement is potentially going to be made here by the Warriors defense that the Heat can't convert here, especially the Warriors making not too much of a travel, but at least a decent distance. And the catch is made. That's Garrett Hager, the freshman on the right side. There is a flag, but Garrett Hager to the end zone. Currently a touchdown, but we do have a flag on the play. We'll get our first call of the game.
And I'm not even going to pretend like I know what this is going to be.
It looks like he may be pointing over towards the Bowling Green defense. It might be back at the spot of the foul.
Well, if it's on the defense, no. The Heat are going to have a chance to decline it.
We'll get the call.
During the play, number 62 was covered up, so we have a legal receiver downfield. 5-yard penalty on the offense.
So that was Ty Whitaker was ineligible downfield. Ryan Scott talking to the side judge, a little bit confused at that one, but a touchdown wiped off of the board.
He's arguing. Oh, they caught it. They caught what Ryan was trying to say. It was a screen pass caught behind the line.
The ball was caught behind the line of scrimmage. Therefore, the play results in a touchdown.
That's the Tennessee.
Predicted it correctly. You got the prediction correctly on that, James, and I believe we did get the replay on that touchdown. So
well, and again, here's the thing on this play. It is a screen pass. So if the ball is thrown behind the line, there you go, good 2 yards behind the line, then any lineman can run down the field. Now, if that ball was thrown in front of the line of scrimmage, any lineman more than 5 yards down the line, I believe it's 5 yards, is going to end up being an eligible receiver.
Could have been a crucial turn in the game for the Heat. And Don Brown having a discussion with the referee as well with the turnover of the penalty. Just clarifying it there, and looks like the call will stand. 8-6 score, and the Heat have a chance to tie it up. Looks like we may have a high-scoring game on our hands here in Mount Juliet. Two-point conversion attempt. And up the middle, that two-point conversion is good.
That's massive. That's massive. We got a ball game, folks.
Joshua Hackle got the two-point conversion. The Heat immediately respond to the Bowling Green opening drive touchdown. The Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is sponsored by Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way. Jets Pizza of Springfield, Fort Campbell, and Clarksville. Let's get Jets. The Allergy Center of Franklin. Visit allergyfranklin.com. And Joe Graves with I Hate Buying Insurance. Visit IHateBuyingInsurance.com. So the touchdown stands, tie game here in Mount Juliet. But we do have flag. It's looks like a false start. Legal procedure on the kicking team. So
Yep, we're going to get a false start. That's a big answer.
After the kickoff, we'll get you one more replay of it, just so you can see. In case you may have just started tuning in case you missed it, we'll get you the play in just a moment. And back from the 35-yard line. Caught.
It's a great catch.
Catch made by Blankenship. Blankenship to the left side, about to the 46-yard line, and good field advantage for the Warriors to start out on offense.
Well, it's something you're going to see for the Heat tonight on kickoffs. They don't have the regular kicker, Ryan Schroeder, in there. Not sure what the problem is, but
just one more look at the touchdown for the Tennessee Heat.
You're going to see Corley with a little play fake here to Sutton, spinorama, and a beautiful, just over-the-shoulder, beat his man pass to Hager.
And the freshman making that catch and getting the acceleration on, too. Brilliant move by the Heat on the response, and
they're trying to get a Bowling Green. Well, I thought they were getting a Bowling Green football in.
Why they're switching him out? Maybe something about regulation. Maybe regulation football, because it might be because of it being an interstate game. Even though it's regulated by the conference, it might be by state officials. Not sure, but second offensive drive for the Warriors. There's a direct snap, run to the right side by Holman. Gage Holman cuts back in, avoids a Heat player. Getting to the outside is about to the 25-yard line, and Gage Holman just showing again why he's one of the best players in the league.
And that was a good job. I believe it was Carter Sutton on the far side of the play. It might have been Andrew Corley, rather, one of the twin brother of Matt, the new quarterback. The transfers in, but a good job on the play. They got Gage Holman to the sidelines, very sportsmanlike. Didn't hit it afterwards. Just kind of a little tap and let him know that he's out of bounds.
So now just outside of the red zone, motion. Holman again, left side. He's got some blockers. How about a little bit of space? Holman staying on his feet. First down and goal at the 5-yard line.
The Heat are going to have to find something to combat this speed, because he's blazing right now. He's finding that corner, and the Heat have no answer for it so far.
It will be first and goal from the Heat 5-yard line.
So on the 5-yard line, the Warriors looking to get another score. Holman, the senior, trying to lead his team to a potential playoff berth. Into the end zone. Touchdown!
That's Anthony with the punch in.
And off with the number 7.
Levi Anthony, the junior.
Little power carry in there, and he just punched the ball right in. Just what the Warriors needed. And this is already a back and forth. I mean, we're literally less than 4 minutes in, and we've already had 3 scores. Very high scoring offenses against each other. Defense is struggling a little bit so far.
Neither team having field goal kickers, and sold it well on the handoff there. Levi Anthony trying to punch it in again and stopped short, so the 2-point conversion, no good.
Well, it's a good hard run by Anthony, but the Heat are very sure tacklers. They were able to shut it down right there before it got to the goal line.
.8:19 left to go in the first as the Warriors set to kick off again. And you know, to be honest, we have been here to Mount Juliet, I believe only once this year, and that was the earlier game for the Heat. Several flags down in the field.
It's going to be illegal procedural, kicker out of bounds.
So
good try there on the backside of the play, trying to get the number. It might have been Holman. Trying to get there and push the ball back in bounds. If he could have recovered it, it would have been Bowling Green ball right there at the 40-yard line. But the Heat will get the ball. Good field position.
So we've covered the Heat. This is the third time we've covered them for the year. Second time we've been here at Ed Suey Field. And over the last several years, we've unfortunately seen a lot of blowouts and mercy rule situations running for in favor of the visiting team. So rush up the middle for the Tennessee Heat. That's Aldred again, and move the chains for a first down. But we've seen several situations where it's been in favor of the visiting team, and the Heat have been forced to run the mercy rule. But in this case, that's not going to happen here.
Well, we don't know that, but we've also gotten to see Tennessee School for the Deaf take a loss here. So I mean, it's a 50-50 shot. The Heat, again, just like any high school, college, whatever, it all depends on who you match up against. They've had some tough matchups. They don't have a lot of cotton candy matchups, especially here at home.
Especially with their full stint of 11 weeks straight of playing games. As rush to about the 37-yard line out. That is Carter Sutton gets the chains moved again.
Good hard run. Good hard running by the Clarksville boy. He's been a definite bright spot for the Heat this year. He started to emerge last year, was one of the league leaders in sacks, and this year hit a huge growth spurt and then just took off. There you go again, Goolsby bottom left by himself. I'm still waiting. They're going to take a shot at some point.
1st and 10. Right side, big toss and incomplete through the hands. It's perfectly on target with the Corley with a pass. It's perfectly on target, just right off the shoulders.
Looks like Hackle was the intended receiver.
Incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Good execution by Corley on the bootleg, though. Brought it out, stopped, grabbed his momentum, and then channeled it into that throw. Put it right in the numbers of Hackle. Just right in and out of the hands.
Corley, shovel pass. Left side, tripped up last second as Hager. Great defensive move by the Warriors. That's Logan Argle, the sophomore, to make that move. That could have been costly on the offensive push.
Well, and he was able to get in there and just, trip up and Hager, and that's all he had to do. Just get a hand on the foot.
Third and 13. Corley, left side. The catch is made by Goolsby. Goolsby staying in bounds, trying to push for the first down. Gets to about, they'll spot him at about the 29-yard line, several yards short. But in this situation, of course, the Heat are going to go for it.
Well, Goolsby's someone who, when he was playing quarterback, he liked to run the ball, and he was tough to bring down. He did a great job of staying on his feet, breaking tackles, and so he brings that to the wide receiver position. That's something that's going to be very valuable, especially if they can run some of these short routes. Give a special shout out to everyone watching, whether you're watching in Bowling Green, couldn't make the trip down here to Mount Juliet. If you're a MTAC team that has the 9 off, welcome.
Which is every other MTAC team except for these two.
Anybody from Alabama?
Push through the middle and first down and a little bit more by Hackle to push through.
That was Whitaker on the carry.
Whitaker pushing through.
They have that power package that they like to sub in. They love to bring in Eli Griffin. Big old boy. They like to bring in Whitaker there at quarterback. Of course, Ross Scott, Elijah Diaz. They like to bring in that beef and then just push it just to get that first down in short yardage situations. And the beef is something that Bowling Green cannot compete with right now. They've got some guys like Cooper Guy.
As Corley deep past the left side, catch is made, touchdown for the Heat. Couldn't catch the number because it was blocked by defensive number 3.
It was Goolsby. Goolsby went up and mossed him. Gotta love the tree situation, but you can see it a little bit through the branches. Let's see if we can get it. You're gonna see the way that Corley just put the ball right on the money. And Goolsby just a go route.
A little bit through the trees, but Goolsby pulled the
You
moss.
can see that he caught it. He's a big old boy. He caught it right above that tree limb. Need to get it cut down, actually. like trimmed back.
And now with the Warriors not getting that 2-point conversion on their second touchdown, the Heat could take a lead by 2. With the way these offenses have been playing, not likely to see a potential safety, so it's going to be a defensive game on 2-point conversions. And 2-point conversion is good.
They got it.
Ty Whitaker gets into the end zone. 16-14, the Heat lead by 2 on their homecoming night. TheKingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week, sponsored by Tennessee Heat Athletics. Visit TennesseeHeatSports.com. Dr. Sterling Foster. Visit drsterlingfoster.com for all your digestive issues and chiropractic needs. Chuck Miner Homes. Visit chuckminerhomes.com for the best home deals in Middle Tennessee. And by Symmetry Financial Group's Daniel Hoffmeister. Safety for your family. Onside kick attempt, and
Bowling Green's going to come away with the football. Nope.
ruled. Bowling Green gets the
No, they're going to rule. They're going to rule that the ball did. Yeah, they're not going to rule. Going to rule that the ball recovered by Bowling Green.
On the 50.
No, it looks like about the 45 there, Spence. Close to the 50.
Keep forgetting that this press box isn't perfectly aligned on the 50.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's
on the. We're about on the 40, 45.
the middle is right down the 40. It's not where we're set up. It's literally the press box situation.
So here's a run on the right side. There goes Joey Woosley.
It's a good hard run.
Gain of about 7 yards on the play for second. Make that actually 8 yards for second and 2.
That's a good hard run by Woosley and a good hard tackle by Hager. Just very clean textbook football right there. You know, for Spencer, for all the games we've broadcasted, and they might have been a blowout one way or the other, of course, the Heat did have the game here against Swanee, an overtime game that the Mountain Lions were able to win.
It's last year in 2018. As direct snap right side. There goes Holman. Turn on the Jets. Gage Holman to the end zone. Touchdown, Warriors.
You're not going to catch the best player in the league when he finds the edge. I've said that from day one. He's done that for the last 3 years. If you get him on a jet streak, once he catches that corner and there's no one right there, you can have a safety sitting back there. He's going to beat the safety. Right here, ready? Turn the corner. There's nothing. There is nobody, and no one trailing him is going to catch him. I've said it from day one, and I stand by it. 45, actually closer to about 52-yard touchdown run.
Warriors are going for the 2-point conversion.
So 2-point conversion attempt. Left side in is Levi Anthony. Make that a 22-16 game with 4:08 left to go in the first. The Warriors striking back. No onside kick attempt for the Warriors there, and stopped at the 35-yard line.
Looks like Aiden Diaz able to grab the ball, fall on it there at about the 35-yard line. So Heat'll still start from their own end. Not the. I mean, it's a good kickoff there for Bowling Green, But I mean, there's very few kickers that are going to be able to boot it from the 40, 60 yards closer to the end zone. There are kickers out there who can do it, just not in this ball game. I bet you I could do it.
Third offensive drive for the Heat. Probably could. Left side. Weaves through. Down to